Hello friends. Now I am explaining concept number 1.8. This is writing students mark report using command line arguments. In order to enable you to crystallize your knowledge, I am giving you one more example on command line arguments. With this, you should be perfect over command line mechanism and all that. Okay, now for this purpose, simple example I have taken student report. In student report, now I am creating an object also, and I will explain this program, and I have given everything through a image, through a picture. So now without any scope of doubt, you master this concept. First I have defined student class. In student class, actually what instance variables are required? For this purpose, first what type of output you require. With the reference to this, you can decide how many instance variables are required. Now you see marks report here, name, class number, roll number. There are 5 papers, 45 P1, P2, P3, P4, P5, and we have to find out total marks as well as average marks. This is the thing. Then with the reference to this, you have to define that now these 8 variables we declare them as instance, and the 2 let us define in implementation class in main method. Okay, for this purpose we are defining student in this string name. Actually, as a result of that, what is created, just you understand. Now this is name, this is string, this only is created because string, this is a string class. How can you identify it is a class? First letter you see, first letter is started with capital, then you can identify that it is a class. So it is an object reference, no object is created. So as a result of that, this is created. This is a very crucial point you must remember. Java conventions are very powerful, they guide you a lot. That's why simply seeing that, what is that, you are able to understand. As far as remaining are concerned, 7 data items are concerned, those are primitives. So int class number, roll number, next paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, paper 5. Here one very important point I have to tell you. If you do not know that, it may lead to an error. Here class, here I have written class. Obviously you may write it as a class. Actually instance variables we write in camel case. That's why simply write class. If you write it as a class, it leads to error. Why error is coming? Keyword should not be used as user defined identifiers. That is a condition, that is a restriction. So here class is a keyword, it should be used for declaring classes. So we are using same thing. If you use as class, then obviously error will come. So some change is required, that's why I named it a class number. If you want to show it differently, this also is okay. If you write like this, you draw the attention of the reader, of the attention of the student, why he changed the spelling and all that. Then out of that you can learn that point. So option is yours, and here I am writing as class number, roll number, okay. All that instance variables you have written, and the class blueprint class definition is over. Thereafter implementation class, students report. In that I have written main. I amply explained about this and all that. I hope no further explanation is required. Thereafter, the most crucial statement is creation of object. Creation of object, student S1. As a result of student S1, this part is created, and new student, as a result of that this part is created. This I amply explained. New perform 3 jobs. First job is get allocated required amount of memory on the heap. This is the memory on the heap is provided. Next one, it calls the constructor for the purpose of initializing all instance variables with corresponding default values. The corresponding default value for object reference, string object reference is null. Remaining 7 values are integers. Integer default value is 0. So all are filled with zeros. Okay. Now that is over. Thereafter, let us focus on command line and then come back. Now, okay, you have written complete program, and thereafter you have to compile. For compilation, say java student report.java, enter key. Then if there are no errors, assume that there are no errors, then it is successfully compiled. Dot class file is created. Thereafter you have to interpret it. For interpretation, java student report, no extension, and whatever values are required to be given, that value, those values you have to give. Now we see same order, whatever order you want you give it. Amar, name, class number, roll number, paper 1, marks in paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, paper 5. Here one biggest limitation is here no prompt statement. Obviously wherever we input values and all that, it follows a prompt statement. So by that, without committing any mistake, we can give the value. We are properly guided. If you go to any bank ATM, then for every step you get a prompt statement. What you have to do? Select language, enter PIN, enter your amount. Like that, prompt statements are there. Here the limitation is you cannot write any prompt statement. You must remember in which order, which type of values you have to give. Simply you have to give. Now after that you press enter key. As a result of that, what is happening you see. Now regardless, already I told you in previous 2 programs, regardless their value, those are transformed, every value is transformed as a string, and the position is like this. Args array, this you keep in mind. This is args array, string array type, and now you see all are string values. Here in this array, what are there? Object references are there. Object references only are stored for against all 8. Okay, this is the thing. In this context, one point I have to tell you. Now you entered all arguments, all input values through command line as arguments and all that. Whether it is not compulsory that program should use it. If program does not use them also, no error will come. Actually, why we entered? For the sake of using them in our program. That's why now how to use them. But all these are wrapped as strings. So we have to make parsing, we have to unwrap them in order to use. That mechanism is see. Actually name args0. Actually name originally string. So we need not make any parsing for that. Thereafter, class number, roll number are concerned. I have to give a special explanation. Actually, class number 12, roll number 20. Obviously, we never make any operations on them. But why parsing should be done? One question I ask you. Presenting class number as a string, do you like it? Presenting roll number as a string, do you like it? No. So for everything, a specific format is there. So it should be presented in that format. Not only ends, but means also are equally important. That point always remember, not only just getting result and all that, you should behave appropriately. In every context, so appropriate behavior is there. In the same manner, in real life as well as in programming also, appropriate behavior is there. So we have to present class number as an integer, roll number as an integer, uh, is is a appropriate behavior, is an appropriate behavior. That's why we are making the parsing integer dot parse int args1 args2. Otherwise, simply if you write as instead of all these args1 here, args2 here, no error will come. But that is not apt. Always you follow good programming practices. Your behavior should not be odd. What I mean to say, acceptable behaviors you follow, then become a good programmer. Now, remaining 5 data items are there: marks 1, marks 2, marks 3, mark 4, mark 5. Obviously, you must convert strings into integers. Otherwise, we cannot perform any operations. That's why all these values we are parsing, and we are storing in appropriate variables: s1 paper 1, s1 dot paper 1, s1 dot paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, paper 5. So we unwrapped the strings and extracted the actual values, actual integer values. Now we can perform operations. Now what I have to, what more we require apart from this? We want total marks, we want average marks. For this purpose, what we are doing, into total marks, then required formula we are writing: s1 dot paper 1 plus paper 2 plus paper 3 plus paper 4 plus paper 5. Formula we have written, then total marks we can calculate, and next average marks, total marks by 5, then we are writing. Here one thing you remember, here s1 dot total marks, s1 dot average marks we are not writing. That the reason behind it, we didn't define them as instance variables. If you define them as instance variables, you have to write s1 dot total marks, s1 dot average marks. So we are simply writing in main, then when you are writing, simply write total marks and simply write average marks. Now all the values, all the variables are filled with values. Now this is the format. Now after that, what is the position also you have to see. Now this is the original thing with the default values. These are the command line arguments. How command line arguments are shown, stored in the memory, I showed. Thereafter, after this, what is happening, I am showing it to you. Now you see, first one Amar. Thereafter 12 class number, roll number, 45 marks of paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4, paper 5, marks in 5 papers. That just register these figures in your mind in order to have perfect command over the concept. So after this and all that, now everything is ready. Thereafter output statements. Now you should be perfect over SOP. SOP out, then only system.out.println statements, and then by using them you can write this format. This is the output of the program. Okay, so in order to achieve perfect command over SOP, system out to print out.println or print. And now in the next concept I am giving several examples, and by that, by practicing them, you will be perfect over SOP. Then any program you can write very easily.